Alright, we're going to switch gears to outdoor power equipment today and take a look at the Echo PB-580T Backpack Blower. This is a serious blower. It's got I think it's a 58cc engine on it, 2-stroke, and it outputs 215 mph wind at the blower tip at 510 cubic feet per minute. So this is, I think it's about as beefy as backpack blowers come. It's serious business. It's not too heavy. It's about 22 pounds, I think. It still feels pretty hefty when you get it up on your back, but extended periods of time aren't bad with it. It's actually got springs that isolate the engine. You can see here it shakes and bounces a little bit, but the main backpack frame is still solid. So when you start it up, you can see it shaking back and forth a little bit, but all that vibration isn't transferred to your body when you've got it on your back. It's got a 1-gallon tank, and it actually comes with the oil premix for 1 gallon. It's nice and handy. This might be a little bit smaller than a gallon, but it's pretty close. It takes a 50-to-1 gas mix ratio for oil to gas, which is great because that's what my Echo weed eater takes. I'm glad they kept that consistent, so I don't have to mess around with more than 1 gas can. It's actually pretty easy to start. You've got your cold start, run, switch right here. You can just put it on choke, and then you've got your primer bulb down here. 8 to 10 pumps usually does pretty good. And then 1 pull, you put your foot on this, on the ground. You can hold onto this with the other hand if you want. You give it a yank, and then turn it to run, and 1 more yank and it's up and going. So 2 pulls, you've got it started. Not bad for a 2-stroke engine. The spark plug is nice and easy to access up here too, just in case you want to change it out every season. It's not too loud. It's got about 70 decibels, so you can use it without hearing protection if you want to, or if you just want to be a little bit more comfortable, you can go ahead and throw on earmuffs. They're not really needed. I didn't use earmuffs whenever I was testing this out. The back is actually nice and padded. It's got this soft foam right here, and you can see there are a bunch of holes in here. It's actually got this cool feature where it sucks air. The air intake is behind you, so when you're out, usually it's hot when you're using a backpack blower. It actually ventilates and pulls air behind you, so it's kind of like a little mini fan slash personal air conditioning system. It's a really cool feature. I think they've also got a baffle you can put in here if you're using it in the winter and you don't want a bunch of cold air blowing on you. The straps are really nice and padded. They're adjustable up at the top and at the bottom, so you can change the angle that sits against your back. I found it pretty comfortable to wear for extended periods of time. The throttle right here is mounted on the blower tube, and it's got the trigger, and then swirl this around, you can see it's got the on-off switch, and then it's got a cruise control. So see, as I move that switch, it pulls the trigger in. One thing I don't like about this is I've got decently sized good hands, and I have a hard time reaching this cruise control button to turn it on and off and adjust it. Maybe I just am complaining too much, but you'd think the people at Echo doing ergonomics would have played around with people of different body types and found the best option for everyone. I usually just have to shift my hand quite a bit up here to get a good grip on the cruise control lever. What else? So got the flexible adjustment right here. It's pretty easy to sweep to whatever direction you want to. And it's got these couplings that can be taken off, so if you want to stow this in a little bit more compact package, this whole blower arm comes off. One thing I noticed when I was using this thing is it's so powerful, it actually throws you a little bit off balance if you aren't expecting it. So both the torque from the motor and the air, the force from the air coming out of the blower, both of those kind of throw you to one side and then twist you. So you're getting multiple twisting motions, and if you're not ready for it, it can throw you off balance a little bit. Once you get used to it, it's fine though. So enough talking, let's go see this thing in action. I'm going to blow some crap around my yard. got some serious power. Those were wet grass clippings on my patio. The 2x4s that you saw, those are actually 2 chunks of a 2x10. So that was a big chunk of lumber that I was blowing down the driveway like it was nothing. You saw it take care of the gravel. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing this blower can't do. It's a little bit pricey for the average homeowner if you've got a small yard, but if you've got a big yard or you've got a lot of yard work that you do on a regular basis, this thing will get the job done.